Welcome back, guys. And today I really want to talk to you guys about, being aware about how people make you feel when you spend time with them, or whether you communicate with them via, chat or via messenger, or whether WhatsApp or however you may communicate. And a thing that has been sitting with me for a very long time is, making observation about how I feel when I socialize myself with people and how I interact with people. And I'm coming to the realization, and I'm at a certain age where, I'm a little bit more mindful and self-aware. Bro, is the self-aware will save you a lot of problems in your future, in your life, in your day-to-day life, and in the future. Because when you're self-aware and you're realizing that, hey, I spent some time with this person, and for some odd reason, ever since I spent some time with this person, I had this conversation, I've been feeling a little bit drained. It's time for you to let go of that person. And this developed over a period of time for me. For example, I had a friend back in university. At least that's where we met, in university, and that was probably 2012, 2013. And I tried to maintain a friendship with this person, but along the way, a girl felt some type of way about the relationship or the dynamic. We weren't dating, it wasn't an intimate relationship. It was with a guy per se, but I was like, no, this person has such toxic energy. And every time I interact with this person, it's like, Jesus Christ, why do I feel this way? Right? Now, granted, his demeanor about the situation, or if I express to him that he was, say, bro, like, you don't always have to complain, you don't always have to, try to make sure that if you're interacting with people and they make a certain, what do I want to say, they express to you that their dynamic is making them a little bit uncomfortable, it is not something to be offended by. It is more so in the context of, hey, perhaps I should do some self-evaluation and see where I'm going wrong, because most of the time we are the problem. If you're 10 people, 9 of them you have conflict with, guess who happened to be the common denominator? You or us or me. So a part of the journey about, being intentional about making healthy decision, making healthy relationships, being mindful about how you're making others feel. And brother, you see, if you tell me, say, if I express to you that you're making me uncomfortable or you're draining my energy, and your rebuttal is, it's just a mistake, this is who I am, you can accept me or leave me, say less. Say less. Bye bye. Bye bye. The funny thing about this dynamic is that, along the way, I blocked this person on WhatsApp, or I would block them on my Instagram. And then a year later, perhaps the person will reach out to me, and I was like, geez, I actually miss that person. I actually really like this person. I miss this person. But I realized that, hey, his personal life, whether it was family dynamic or workplace dynamic, they were both very toxic environment, and he was displaying really a lot of the symptoms that were connected to those other, social institutions, the workplace and the family. And he could not recognize or even realize or even digest the fact that he may be a toxic person. I keep saying, well, your environment, your marinating in toxicity is contributing to you being toxic. No, 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 I'm not a toxic person. I'm not a this, I'm not a that. Reach out to me a year later. My girl, you're not unblock me. Gets me all the time. Gets me all the time. And every time that happens, we laugh about it and then I unblock him and then we, develop a relationship or a friendship again. Same thing happens again. I'm not the third time probably this is probably the third time I really blocked this person, and this time I was like done because like I said, it's like a roller coaster. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. Like, but I really liked him, but at the same time I wasn't comfortable with how he was making me feel. And he will never leave me alone. Like I find that, he will start sending me emails. I've blocked him on every potential social media you can think of. And he found a way to still reach out to me. And again, I was being, let me meet him halfway. I don't want to talk to you every day. Let me talk to you via email. And one day he just sent me an email. Nothing was wrong with the email. And I just drew the line and said no, because the nature of the email was just pivoting on the premise of, it's literally a WhatsApp message going back and forth, but via email, right? So the whole point of me blocking you on IG and WhatsApp and Facebook is because I don't want to entertain you in my life in a certain way because it makes me feel some type of way. And I don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with that kind of emotional baggage. One day he sent me an email. I didn't even respond to the email. And maybe less than 5 days again, he sent me another email. And granted, the email wasn't even in bad taste. Like, nothing was wrong with the email. I just didn't want to hear from this person. I was done. And it got to a point where I blocked him on email as well. Sorry. I'm more conscious about how I spend my time, who I spend my time with, and how persons are making me feel. Had to. That's just my mild story of me cutting off my toxic friend. Really? Like, that's my boy. Right now, if him call me and say I need something, but I can't have a day-to-day dynamic with him. I don't want to. Until he realizes that, hey, maybe I am the problem, then I could probably potentially. It's just a thing for me where persons are not realizing that I'm no longer in university. I'm no longer in high school. The way how I view things then is not how I see things now. I'm a little bit more mature per se. Everybody said that, right? But no, literally, I'm a whole different person than who I was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. I'm a little bit more mindful of the energy that I welcome in my life. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Probably going to get into trouble for it. Sometimes the toxic person is your own family member. Tell you guys, I reach a certain place with some family members and it's, if you cut me, I could even bleed. Like, that's like, I've dealt with so many trauma and so many what do you call this, so many abuse and emotionally abuse from family member that they don't know how to communicate. You're on a temperament that you're keeping a conversation so mild and they're on the other side, grenade and explosion and landmine and seeker mine and everything that you can think about that you can find in a video game or on a battlefield somewhere. And while you're maintaining that temperament and trying to engage with a person to say, hey, what you're doing is bothering me, and this is how you're making me feel. And each time you communicate that with the person, you're not supposed to say anything. You're not supposed to say anything. So if I'm not supposed to say anything about when you make me feel bad, I'm not going to put myself in a position to engage with you for you to make me feel bad. I have to step aside. There is nothing left in me to hold on to relationships and to people who are making me feel so bad about myself, about different things. I don't have it in me anymore. The cup is half full or half empty. No, this is an overflow. This is years and years of abuse. I never knew I had so much family trauma and from different family members until I'm in my adult age or adult stage, where I'm recognizing how, in that moment, as a child going through certain things, this never did really bother me. Just keep it moving. As an adult, and some of those, scenarios are reappearing in different forms. And I'm like, but wait a minute, you did this to me at this stage in my life and this stage in my life, and now I'm an adult, you're doing it to me again. And it's not more so of the situation it is today, it's more so of what happened when I was a child. I was like, bro, all of these things were bothering me and they were so suppressed until situations start happening in my adult life that resemble those same experiences. Jesus. Again, I had to proceed, not with caution, but with an intention to be, hey, I love you. That would never change. But what we are not going to do is continue to abuse Danielle, and Danielle is not going to accept abuse from nobody. I'm too big for that now. I'm too independent for that, right? No man is an island, but I have to go into a space or a place and to entertain persons or people where I am safe. If I cut you off and in my adult age and me cut you off, baby, you are the problem, because me will give you enough rope for you in yourself all the time. I give you the rope for in yourself, like, especially if you make the mistake and tell me say you don't deal with you. All right. I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. I couldn't tell when last I tell a person not to deal with me. No. Am I the best at resolving conflict? Me never said that. I'm a work in progress just like everyone else. But at least I recognize, steps and directions where I need to improve as a person. My problem is when I have to deal with a person who thinks that they are never wrong. They are never wrong. They have never done anything wrong. And they play the victim game. And they make everyone else seems to be, this person is a bad person, this person is a bad person. Everyone is a bad person, but yet there are actions being taken that are resembling everything what those bad person did. It's like projecting. It's like a projector. I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that. But let me do it. When I do it, it's fine. When everyone else do it, it's wrong. How dare you? But when I do it, it's acceptable. And nobody not supposed to feel no way about it. Brother, I'm too old for it. I'm too old for it. And again, let me say, I ain't like a girl say. Anybody call me right now and say that today, wait. But at the same time, you see that day-to-day connection and the day-to-day engagement and the day-to-day making me feel some type of way, it have to cut out. So guys, that was just my 2 cents about, cutting off toxic energy and toxic family members and toxic, friends. Sometimes you need to do what is best for you and your interests and your well-being and your mental health, because I cry. A girl cry. People not even know some over here cry in Canada. So I ball on my eyes. Eyes and puffy I got work. Because how people are making me feel. But I don't like to cry. I don't like having my feelings hurt. I'm not putting myself in a position where persons are hurting me. No, it's not right. And I hate when persons are, you know what? Let me leave that alone. Let me leave that part alone for another day. But guys, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.